So yesterday, before Raw, but they did show it during Raw. Adam Pearce introduced the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Now, a lot of us knew this was coming. A lot of us knew that this was coming. At first, we didn't think it would because when Nick Aldis introduced the Women's United States Championship, it was kind of like, I guess you could say, a little confusing because you had Michael Cole kind of insinuate on camera that it was going to be defended across both shows, but then you see the tournament brackets for it, and then you find out, oh, wait a minute, these triple threat tournament matches only have Smackdown women, and obviously upon seeing that, you realize, oh, maybe Michael Cole was misinformed, and that Nick Aldis specifically meant that U.S. championship for the women is for the SmackDown women only. So we knew it was only a matter of time before maybe we would get the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Now, some people felt that perhaps we would get it, at the start of next year, maybe after Survivor Series. Nope. It was introduced last night before Raw officially went on the air, but it was filmed. Like I said, it was filmed to be broadcast and talked about during Raw, as well as shown on their YouTube channel. And basically, just like with the Women's United States Championship, it is designed after the Men's Intercontinental Championship. So I guess instead of being a little different, they want to basically keep things equal, which is a good thing. Basically, you're not, differentiating, the designs to kind of say, well, this is designed because it's a woman's thing and da da da. Keeping it, pretty much the same design and all that, does show that, we value the women just as much, if not more so, than the men. And there are times that you could see that WWE and other companies like AEW, if AEW feels like it, and TNA and all that do value the women more so than the men when it comes to in-ring performance, stories, you name it. But the question obviously is going to be, who walks out with this Women's Intercontinental Championship? I mean, the women's division on Raw is not as in-depth, as the women's division on SmackDown, but there are some women there. There are plenty of women, I should say. You have Nikki Cross, you have Scarlett, you have, Raquel Rodriguez, you have, Liv Morgan's the champ right now, but like I say, you have Raquel Rodriguez, you have Dakota Sky, you have Kairi Sane, you got Io Sky, and everything. You got the potential return of Becky Lynch. You have a lot of names that, could be utilized. And you can call some up from NXT as well. Cora Jade could get called up. Roxanne Perez could get called up. You name it. So you have, some names. There's no doubt. There are some names. There's no doubt. But the question is, who should be the first Women's Intercontinental Champion? And a lot of people for the U.S. title feel it's got to be Chelsea Green, which, I'm not against. It would be a great story to tell with her becoming the women's U.S. champion and finding ways and loopholes to keep the championship and da-da-da. But everybody's saying it's either Naomi or Bayley, mostly leaning towards Naomi, and a possible heel turn to go with that. But what about the Women's Intercontinental Championship? Well, that's a good question. And I think, honestly, the one person that, a lot of people might point to is Dakota Kai, if she doesn't get injured. And Dakota, I think, would be a great first Women's Intercontinental Champion, don't get me wrong. And, there's other names that could be good ones as well. You got Kairi Sane that could, Damage Control that could win it. You got Zelina Vega, like I said, you got Scarlett, you got Nikki Cross, and so on. You got all these, Raquel Rodriguez, like I said. You got, you got Pure Fusion Collection. You know, Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler. You know, you got a good lump of talent on there, and again, you can call some up from NXT like Roxanne and Cora. You know, and then you got the returning Becky Lynch, obviously. So again, you got a lot of names. But to me, when I look at that Women's Intercontinental Championship, and they call it the workhorse for the women, just like with the men, the workhorse title, then I can't think of anybody better than maybe, I can't think of anybody more suitable, I should say, than Dakota Kai. But then again, also you have the likes of Natalya, who's an established name, and an up-and-coming talent like Lyra Valkyrie. So there's a lot of names they could choose from. If they want to put the title on an established name, I would say put it on Natalya. I would say do that. But if you want to put it on an upcoming name and establish them, kind of build them up with that being the first champion, I would say either Dakota or Lyra. But to me, we'll have to see what they do. But let me know what your thoughts are on the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Did you expect it to be introduced before Survivor Series or after? And who do you think should win? Let me know. And until next time, guys, I got to get ready for work. And I will talk to y'all later.